Warning: some of the materials and photographs used in this movie are not for the faint of heart.
Today we tell the gruesome story about a countess who is known as the most prolific female serial killer in the history of the world. But was she so ruthless as history said? Or is there some other truth behind this legend? This is the series where I tell you a story, its subsequent theories and explanations, and then I'll let you make up your mind. Today, the story is so gory, the blood will run off your screen. But is the blood real or just imaginary? This is the story of Elizabeth Bàthory, the Blood Countess. Elizabeth Bàthory, born on a family estate in Gibraltar, Hungary, on the 7th of August in 1560, died in Chester Castle on the 21st of August in 1614, and was engaged to Ferenc Nadasdy at age 11 as a political arrangement in the circles of aristocracy. As a wedding gift from her husband, she received the household of the Chester Castle near the border of Royal Hungary and Ottoman-occupied Hungary. During the Long War, she was charged with the defense of the castle, which lay on the route to Vienna. They had several children before her husband died on the 4th of January in 1604 after a mysterious, debilitating disease that seems to have started in 1601. He entrusted his heirs and widow to Georgi Thurzo, who eventually led the investigation against Elizabeth. Rumors of Bàthory's atrocities spread to the country between 1602 and 1604. So much so that Lutheran minister Istvan Magyari publicly complained of her, and also to the court. Georgi Thurzo was assigned to the case in 1610 by King Matthias II, and by 1611 they had collected more than 300 testimonies. Allegedly she began by murdering peasant daughters, lured there by offers of well-paid work, but later she also supposedly murdered daughters of lesser gentry, sent there by their parents to learn courtly etiquette. But murder was the least of the crimes she was purportedly committed. There is a list of atrocities she was accused for. She kept servants chained up, beat them to a bloody pulp, burned them with hot metal objects, going as far as ironing the soles of their feet and sticking hot metal rods up their vaginas. She used knives, needles and scissors to stab them, prick them in their nails, mouths and cut their genitals. Put them in icy water till they died, refused to feed them for a week. One was allegedly smeared with honey and left for the ants, wasps, bees and flies. And last, but certainly not least, she supposedly took baths in virgin's blood to keep herself young. The number of victims is unknown. Some spoke of 36 or 37, others of between 100 and 200, and one even claimed it was over 650. Whatever the truth, Thurzo arrested her and 4 of her servants on the 30th of December in 1610. Fearful of the repercussions because she was a member from a noble and influential family, a trial and execution was off the books. Instead, she was imprisoned in Chetsey Castle and placed in solitary confinement, bricked up in several rooms with only small slits left for food and ventilation until her death. Numerous stories, books, poems, and even a film have been made in which the Countess is depicted as a ruthless killer lusting for blood. But could it be that she was innocent, or at least not as bloodlusty as portrayed? First of all, what about the bodies buried around the castle? Did she really murder them, or is there some other explanation? She supposedly ran a type of hospital where she treated the sick. That does involve dying of at least some of the patients. Moreover, some of the so-called torture methods were allegedly contemporary healing methods. In her own day, she was known simply as the infamous lady. When 100 years later a vampire craze swept over Europe, she turned into the Vampire Lady. And history has always portrayed her as insane and murderous. Laszlo Nagy and Dr. Irma Czadesky-Kardos believe Bàthory was a victim of a political conspiracy. It does tie in with the political climate at the time, especially regarding to the Ottoman Wars, the spread of Protestantism, and the growing Habsburg power over Hungary. In addition, the transcripts of the trial, the original letters and dispositions paint a more complicated picture of Elizabeth Bàthory as a wife of a national hero, a mother, generous benefactor and socialite. The translations on which this is based are called into question too, but the fictionalization of history over the years does at least call the severity of her crimes into question. The story of her being the Blood Countess is certainly more interesting, and the truth can be more gruesome than any made-up story. But this is history we're talking about, and it should at least be based on facts. Isn't it true, however, that history is written by the victors? So, was she the bloodlusting murderess, or an innocent victim of a conspiracy? Or does the truth, like oftentimes, lie somewhere in between? You decide.
Did you like the video? Click the like button. Leave comments or start a discussion in the comment box. If you want to see more, you can subscribe to my channel. I have a vlog channel, so if you want to get bored, why don't you check it out? And you can follow me on social media. All links in the description. See you next time!